Dumuzid, the god of agriculture and the seasons in ancient Mesopotamia, not only inspired ancient rituals and ceremonies, but also left traces of himself that can even be found in the pages of the Bible. Today, we are going to explore this deep connection. So, join me as we uncover the hidden secrets of this myth. Dumuzid was an ancient Mesopotamian deity associated with farming and shepherds. He was the original husband of the goddess Inanna and the brother of Jeshtananna, the goddess of agriculture and dream interpretation, both of whom played significant roles in his myths. According to the Sumerian king list, Dumuzid was the fifth king before the Great Flood, ruling in the city of Bad Tibra. He was also recognized as one of the first kings of Uruk and was said to have come from the nearby village of Quara. In Sumerian literature, he is known as Dumuzid the shepherd or the provider of milk. He was one of the key deities symbolizing agriculture, the changing seasons, plant cultivation, and the date palm tree. In ancient Sumer, milk was a seasonal and rare commodity because it could not be stored for long periods without spoiling. This made Dumuzid's role as the provider of milk particularly significant. The story of Dumuzid begins with the descent of Inanna into the underworld. When Inanna returns from the realm of the dead, she discovers that Dumuzid did not mourn her death. This enrages her, and she allows demonic beings called Gala to drag Dumuzid into the underworld. After some time, Inanna regrets her decision and decides that Dumuzid will spend only half the year in the underworld and the other half living on Earth with her. This cycle of death and rebirth symbolizes the changing seasons, life and death in nature, the heat of summer, and the cold of winter. The people of Mesopotamia believed that the hot, dry summers were caused by Dumuzid's annual death. The fourth month of the Babylonian calendar, named Dumuzu, was derived from the Mesopotamian god Dumuzid. During this month, the people of Mesopotamia held public mourning ceremonies for him. The cult of Dumuzid continued even after the Babylonian era, spreading to regions like the Levant, Canaan, and Greece. In Canaan, he was known as Adon, and in Greece, as Adonis, the Greek name being derived from the Semitic root Adon. Dumuzid is mentioned in the book of Ezekiel under the name Tammuz. His wife, Inanna or Ishtar, is referred to in the Bible as the Queen of Heaven. Ezekiel dreams of women mourning Tammuz at the north gate of the temple. God shows Ezekiel in a dream that the Israelites in Jerusalem have committed abominations and detestable practices. In the book of Ezekiel, Tammuz is described as a pagan god for whom women mourned in the temple in Jerusalem. These idolatrous acts, performed in a sacred place, the temple in Jerusalem, incited God's wrath. Some scholars believe that during the festival of Tammuz, women planted small gardens, which symbolized life and fertility. The purpose of this mourning ceremony was to help resurrect Tammuz and renew the vegetation of the earth. The myth of Dumuzid and Inanna, two ancient Mesopotamian deities, retained a special place in the hearts and rituals of people for centuries after their emergence. The worship of these two gods continued until the 11th century AD and, in some parts of Mesopotamia, even persisted into the 18th century. Thank you for staying with us until the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.